No me escucha bien. Hola. Para los que lo veáis en YouTube, vais a ver que voy por aquí, que me salta la mayor parte de la historia. Esto es culpa de que he tenido problemas con el micro y tengo también una moderadora que la pobrecita es un poquillo tonta y se le olvidó mirar a ver si se me escuchaba y pues claro, 4 horas de directo las hemos perdido. En las que llegamos a Sumeru sí las vais a ver, pero no vais a ver cómo hemos llegado aquí ni lo que ha pasado. Y el resumen es que estamos en un bucle, estamos reviviendo el mismo día una y otra vez porque es causa de que estamos en el sueño de alguien. Cada vez que salimos de la ciudad volvemos a empezar. Y ya está.
Everything's fine. Just, it's a little hard to explain.
Los otros dos
Would you
vídeos los he
mind taking
despublicado porque
part
no se
in
me
a
escucha
little
hablar, se me ve
experiment with us?
moviendo los labios
An
y mis gestos,
experiment?
pero a mí
That
no se me
came out of
escucha.
nowhere. I'm listening, though. What do you need me to do?
Could you make a wish?
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sub-Zero's festival tradition or...
Less questions, more wishing!
Menos preguntas y más deseos.
Okay.
Yo deseo mucho dinero.
My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I want Miss Dunyarzad to be happy.
Ah, dice, echarle un porbazo a la señorita.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she wasn't really talking to anyone. She just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so gentle and kind, and all the kids love her. I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Fairest Knight of Flowers is because I'm special to her, or something.
So, you have a crush on
When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, what she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, I just wanted to be her Knight of Flowers for the rest of my
Entonces tu
life.
culpa, perro.
50 years. Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like the right moment. Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Please come true.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh!
What?
Fucky? Sorry, but only one portion of Yalda candies per person. Nice try, you two.
Guess he isn't the host of this dream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy. It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad...
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right.
Mira pa' acá.
This is when Huh? But Dia can handle them! Hey, Traveler!
Eye for an eye.
Ay, coño, me he equivocado botones. Por cierto. No estaban dando... ¡Ole! 200 más 200. A ver si esta es la buena. Pero me quedaré sin la llave. Claro. Estoy destinado a no tener la llave. Otra caca. Venga, por favor. No pido tanto. No pido tanto. ¿Por qué te pido tanto? Ay,
More speed. Oh, It's you. Great timing. Please take... Hey, this is my job. The homie Yannis pay me, not you.
No marcaste saliva. Vete.
You...
Vete.
Fine, alright. Knock yourself out. Why are you so... Anyway, watch yourself.
Hombre, sin cambiar un poco el día, pero yo no sé esto de qué sirve.
So you got yourself some backup.
A new country today.
Oye, tirando esto todo.
Inazuma shines eternal! Ha!
Coño, pero dale. Loca.
Crush!
I'll be back.
More speed.
Following orders.
Where do you think you're going?
I condemn you!
I'll be back.
Shadow Raven, let night fall.
Illusion shattered!
Go. Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys?
Tú lo que querías era desahogarte con ellos.
You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't want to see you two like this. Oh, and speaking of her, I
Ojalá se
just
vuelva la
remembered
prota sin
something.
más oscura. Hasta el
Remember
coño
how
ya.
during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started, we came here with Dunyarzad because she wanted to pick something up? She said it was because she had forgotten something. Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around here. She pointed it out? Yeah. Even if it's only a tiny clue.
Y si el sueño es el de la que está
It's
enferma,
rude to enter other
que
people's
desea vivir
spaces
este día
without
una y otra
permission,
vez.
but desperate times call for... Hey, the windows are unlocked. Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek inside. This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing. Should we open?
Pues. Me ha costado más o menos 60 días, pero por fin pude terminar este cuaderno justo la noche antes del festival Sabzerut. Pensé que Paimon y tú posiblemente reanudarían su viaje después de terminar el festival. Por eso me esforcé mucho por terminarlo a tiempo y poder regalártelo en ese día. Este es un compendio de las historias y leyendas que circulan de boca en boca de la gente sobre la reina menor Kusanali. Logré recopilarla preguntando a todo el mundo cuando no estaba ocupada con los preparativos del festival. Aunque pregunté a muchísima gente, muy pocos saben realmente algo sobre la reina menor Kusanali. Espero que este material te sirva para encontrarla. La fuente de agua cercana a la villa, pues vaya nombre, Arba, estuvo contaminada un tiempo, por lo que los aldeanos tenían que ir muy lejos por agua. Pero un día descubrieron que el agua de la fuente otra vez se podía beber. Alguien dijo que la noche anterior vio un resplandor verde cerca de la fuente y todos tuvieron la certeza de que se trataba del poder divino de la reina menor Kusanali. Según esto, lo más probable es que las fuentes de agua hubieran necesitado mucho tiempo para poder purificarse ya solas. ¿Es posible que la reina menor Kusanali haya aparecido en la villa Arba? Siempre me daba mucho miedo la oscuridad y no podía dormir después de que mamá nos dejara, pero un día empecé a oír una voz que me hablaba hasta dormirme. Una señora me dijo que era la reina menor Kusanali, quien me reconfortaba porque se preocupaba por mí. Pobrecillo. Espero que la celebración del festival Sabzerut le alegre un poco. Su experiencia es bastante parecida a la que tuve ya en su momento. Ella es ciertamente una arconte gentil. Cierta vez bebí mucho y no encontraba el camino de vuelta a casa. Al llegar a una esquina me pareció ver la reina menor Kusanali. Tenía un aspecto imponente y extremidades gruesas como árboles. Coño, gruesas como árboles. Caí de espaldas de la impresión, pero ella me sostuvo como si nada. Al día siguiente me desperté debajo de un árbol. Seguro que fue la reina menor Kusanali, que me bendijo con su protección. Creo que este pasaje no tiene mucho valor como referencia. Posiblemente el señor chocó contra un árbol de verdad, ¿no crees? Y más se iba dobladísimo. estas leyendas populares a las que tú ya ha ido añadiendo sus comentarios como referencia, llenan numerosas páginas con una escritura apretada.
Wow. Dunyarzad wrote all of this. Sounds like she was always thinking of us even while we were away. Even though she was also busy preparing for the Sumeru's festival. She must have wanted to give this to us as if we hadn't found this book. We never would have, but now that we know, we can't even thank her.
Es verdad que se supone que ha muerto. Porque aunque sea el mismo día, el tiempo sí pasa y ella está enferma con la enfermedad que tiene la Amber Verde.
Hey, where are you off to?
Faster? Okay, faster.
Pues no puede ser sueño de la que está mala, porque la que está mala se supone que está muerta.
It's Dunyarzad's puppet. Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago.
Que por cierto también se escuchó la voz de la prota.
Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about Nilu's dance of Sub-Zero.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
Bueno, se supone que está muerta y que esa es una ilusión.
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Yes, Traveler. What is it?
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, how come... What? Where are we going this time?
Que si la danza no se va a dar, ¿no? Porque están los de la academia dando por culo. ¿Se le va a dar una paliza? Si se va a dar una paliza me vale.
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single
Okay.
event organizer. The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency.
Verá tú lo que te va a liar. Tiene una cara de me suda torcoño.
Traveler? You don't have to get involved.
Traveler.
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the academy...
La Paimon saludando,
They're
tío.
not reacting. Have they been scared stiff? Oh, of course! If this is the Sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves... So they're just substitutes. prostitutes.
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage?
Es que yo no lo pillo, te lo juro.
Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers. It's just a shame that all the real Padisaras went
Vale.
extinct after her. Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers. But she ultimately could never
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras? Just like the ones from the legend? But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess of flowers?
Yeah. What's going on here?
No, entonces, ¿qué es esta?
Huh? You guys are acting weird.
Hey! It
Vale.
disappeared! So Nilu's the host. Purple Padisaras don't exist in the real world anymore. But in Nilu's subcon, it's just like the example Nahida told us. People assumed there will be food on a plate, and Nilu assumed there would be real Padisaras. So when you saw the flowers,
Raymond es
you
inteligente cuando le sale
instantly
del
knew it was
coño, yo no lo
Nilu?
entiendo. Cuando no es gilipollas.
But if we want to end the samsara, we need the host to become aware that how should we make Nilu
Am I dreaming?
Huh?
So I'm right. Is this less...
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, what? As far as you know, people in Sumeru don't drink.
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity, he went...
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we...
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendro Archon, and she finally gave her blessing. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could comprehend. Afterward, he said to the Dendro Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long. They must be worried." The Dendro Archon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself lying in his bed, as if he had just woken up from a dream. His wife, lying next to him, said, "You're off to search for the Dendro Archon today, aren't you?" In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City, and founded the Academy.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of...
Yes, but his faith and determination were conveyed to the...
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection. But we really got...
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sub-Zero's festival is almost over, too. Since
¿va a
we're
hacer
in
la
a
danza?
dream, let's make this final
Ole.
dance of Sub-Zero's as
Que si no me
beautiful
va a
as
dejar
we
con la
can.
curiosidad.
The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the dance of Sub-Zero's.
Está guay porque de mientras tanto se está deshaciendo todo. Pero se supone que el bucle ya no debería de volver a aparecer, pues se supone que ella ya se ha dado cuenta.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilu's dance.
¿En serio sí que está muerta de verdad? Yo creí que se salvaría o algo.
Oh, good morning, traveler.
Hombre, mentira no es.
Oh, Paimon feels like she's been asleep for the longest time. Paimon's head feels super heavy. Paimon
La
thinks
cara no se acuerda de nada.
after the Sub-Zero's festival. Have we finally
Ahora
escaped
sí.
from the Sub-Zero Samsara? Quick, take off your Akasha terminal. She's not in her room. What happened? Huh? What?
El sitio de siempre será el banquito, ¿no? Ah, no, donde estaba acostada. Ah, se ha despertado, está viva.
Well done, traveler and Paimon. And
Ya te
thank
vi.
you, Dunyarzad, for
Esta es
organizing
la
the
reina
Sub-Zero
esa.
festival for me.
Menos.
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunyarzad! You're okay!
Oh, a traveler, Paimon. I have something amazing. I just had a dream. And I saw Nilu performing the dance.
Esta no es Katherine, tenía otra voz.
You're actually Nahida, aren't you?
¿Ves?
Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Sub-Zero's festival. And Dunyarzad, it's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else.
Bueno, ya que estoy. Con espada y arma afilada, la viajera recupera energía elemental. Bueno. Todavía no he probado la viajera dentro. A lo mejor por fin va a aparecer un personaje de 5 estrellas. Y no de 3. Podría usarte de transporte yo también, que eso sí es normal.
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, I left the sit among the countless dreams. I found one that was growing fainter, and once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. Where both will gradually fade until they completely... I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still wouldn't have lasted. So it looks like we did manage to save became Dunyarzad in the end. And not a moment too Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently. All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right?
No va a preguntar
After all,
nada.
you saved my faithful
Ay,
believer.
señor, con el
As your
papelito, ¿por qué
reward,
te ves
I
con
will
el
answer
papelito?
any and
Plena
all
los
questions.
labios.
Got it. I hope my answers were satisfactory,
Sí,
seekers
ha
of
sido
knowledge.
satisfactoria.
To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to Go and get some sleep. Leave everything down. What a relief.
Traveler? Paimon?
Eh,
Why am I here? Do either of you know?
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker.
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime.
a mi personal de mantenimiento.
Oh, I'm fine. I better go.
¿Es un
Thank
robot
you.
la Catherine?
We spent quite some time in Sumeru City.
Y por eso hay tantas
Since we
Catherine por
last
todos
said
lados.
goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from...
Mandado por CEMMA, ¿no? Sí, he mandado. ¡Ah! Porque no puedo ser feliz, tío. Encima. Porque no me dejan ser feliz.
Oh, we can't just keep waiting around like this. Let's go find Catherine and pick up some work so we can
¿Dónde
at
que
least
ahora?
keep
No me
ourselves busy.
actualiza la misión ni nada. Que por cierto, te voy a coger esto. Y esto. Claro, tirada no me da.
2, breathe, 3,
Eh,
4.
este. Ay,
Ad Astra Avisask. We meet again?
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for...
Commissions, huh? Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's
Wait, say
eh,
what?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of...
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears
No,
that you're
mira el
not
mío, la
interested
verdad.
in this. In that case, please go to Port Armos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Hey, that's not any better.
ese es difícil. ¿Ves? Nos darían una paliza.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interest...
Paimon's gotta ask. Just...
Oh, the commissioner? Well,
Quiere que nos
actually,
llevemos una
I
paliza.
just wanted to see the two of you in action.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe... so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine would... From when she said... Ad Astra Abisask? So it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up, Nahida? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways. And I even had a
No es
really,
muy largo,
really
pasé
long
hace 5
dream.
minutos.
It was another dream about the Subzerus festival, except it was a happy one. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and
Todo
everyone in
está
Sumeru City was
enchumadísimo con el
holding hands
incienso,
as
¿eh?
they
No hay ni
danced
un
in
sitio donde
circles
no esté el
around me.
incienso puesto.
They danced around. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me. You know, Nahida, Maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate you. Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? No, we aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homiyanis haven't allowed any visitors. Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages. Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme? So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull. Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers.
Como una palma. Porque me da que todas las misiones de la Najida estas van a hacer comerme la cabeza.
Let's continue our chat here. Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we... Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to...
Esto sería buena idea.
I've already tried that. But all the key members of the Academia, even the core 30 guards, intentionally it seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Have you already caught the sage's attention? I'm guessing not yet. But distrusting me would make perfect sense. In any case, I probably can't take over their... We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, after all, every...
Joder,
No way, that's too risky.
o si no
You
ninguna
mean
correcta.
it'd be too easy to get caught? No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is... That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru. Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind. According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning set. Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make... Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages. You're saying we should recruit a
Vamos a llevar
spy?
al bando.
Oh, before coming back, we met someone named
Ve,
Alhazam.
Alcen.
He
Al
seems like
Alcen,
he acts
como se
alone,
diga.
and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably... Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female... Setaria. Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one who's... We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu. I've always liked observing all kinds of people. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special... Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like the name Setaria means star. When she lived in the desert, later on, she was chosen by the sun. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt
Joder,
and closed her
todas las
eyes.
historias aquí van a ser tristes.
From the sound of it, Setaria's just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the Academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems. Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore, right? We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, from my past observations, Setaria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping, and tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That to prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots.
Pero ella entonces no nos conoce, ¿no? Porque la que salía en el sueño no es ella. Entonces si no, pero no debería de reconocer.
This should be Setaria's favorite fortune-telling spot. So should we ask the fortune teller about Setaria? No, I already have enough information on Setaria. The most important thing, hacking style and... My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates?
Madre mía, ya
The
una niña.
divine voice of wisdom often echoes between my... Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh! My friend here has some doubts regarding her future. Can we get a fortune reading?
Joder.
It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro.
A lo mejor un poquito sí que cuenta.
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Love prospects? The gods have spoken. One who is fated to cross your path will appear on... So many people will fall for you.
Porque yo voy intentando me ligar a los personajes del juego desde que empecé a jugar.
Did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune. Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune-telling you've ever done. I admit that the orientation of...
Is that so? Well,
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your
Hubiese
next
pasado si hubiese
visit,
elegido la salud, ahora me da
perhaps they
curiosidad.
could help you reverse the wheel.
¿Se podrá elegir
I've
ahora la
never
otra?
seen Harut and Marut be so...
Ah, bueno.
Is this another one of Setaria's favorite stalls? Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Setaria a lot when she first moved to Sumeru
Me
City.
raya tener
So she
escuchado la
still
voz
comes
esta
by
aquí.
whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
we caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specific.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like...
Speaking of, where did...
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm not...
That's nice. You're making a...
So is your father...
Oh, no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough mora overall...
I see. We wish I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods.
No problem. Rest easy, all our...
Faster? Okay, faster.
Abajo. Me marcaba
This
abajo.
should be our final stop. Setaria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia. Nahida, you've really thought... It's my duty to protect Sumeru's citizens.
Hi there. feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't...
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right. I've always been really interested in feats of marine... After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement.
What an admirable spirit for learning.
Sure.
So this restaurant has a basement as well?
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time,
I see. Yes, that makes sense. Well,
thank you so much. As long as I can make it into...
¿Cómo no?
So, was that everybody?
Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for...
What's the point of all the information we've collected?
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must... But I remember you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormuz are all making a fuss about... Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. You want to take advantage... Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages. So...
Well, King Deshret is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to... If we simply engaged her under the guise of King Deshret's believers, but if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances...
So, you mean you're
Bajo
going
sea,
to
lo que me
possess
parece que
those
el rey
people we
ese.
just talked to?
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply they've already converted to the faith of King Deshret, and then convey our made-up will of King Deshret. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure.
So that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you...
Exactly. So...
Best of luck? But we don't know how to possess anyone.
¿Cómo?
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal.
That is pretty convenient. But what...
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never...
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you...
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people...
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone.
Alright, then let's...
Espera hasta la tarde del día siguiente. De 12 a 6. A ver. Ah, bueno, pero del día siguiente. Sí, ¿no? Venga. Un
Let's
logro,
go.
pero te lo puedo.
Somewhere cooler.
Nos van a hacer minijuego este de elegir la respuesta correcta, ¿no?
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts
No,
talking to her
sigilo no.
acquaintances, as for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say.
Pues ya esto me está indicando que es el juego
I'm
ese.
starting to feel... Looks like they've already started talking. Let's...
Hostia, qué mal rollo.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and... are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about...
Okay then. You just... Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked. I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
Hostia.
Are you sure?
Well, actually they have many names.
Huh, I see. I imagine that...
So, which fortune do you want me to read?
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work?
Se
I
verán
really just
lucecitas
want
de
to get it
Paimon.
over with.
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods... The gods are asking. Sitaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? To the god...
Sitaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods seem to...
Qué cabrona.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please, and if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, King Deshret.
King Deshret? No wonder he would make such demand of me. Even though news of King Deshret's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can King Deshret still exist in real
Hostia,
life?
ahí la ha cagado.
What insolence! I am King Deshret's most loyal believer.
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
Eso brilla.
Whoa! She just ran off in a hurry. Well done. Sitaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core. Aw, Nahida, it seems like all I know are some abstract Harabatot theories. And in any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything. Anyway, enough of that. He's out of teams now. Right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again?
Albañil al padre. Pero él no quería ser albañil, ¿no?
Oh, right. Your old mate. Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Oh, that's good to hear. I've been thinking a lot about
Madre mía,
him.
qué genio.
If I could get some more time off,
Ah.
I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually, while we're talking about him,
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
if you could find the time, please write him a letter. Let him know that recently, faith in King Deshret has taken root and he has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The
Yeah.
academia?
I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray King Deshret.
Akeem, you don't mean... you...
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. But once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain
Hostia, me caigo.
Come on! Sataria's already started talking with Shishan.
So, Shishan, like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
En el
Oh,
sótano.
right. I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to...
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side...
Please, please stop!
Un poquito perra sí que es.
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problem.
She can no longer justify everything to herself.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards. What should we do?
This is the most important part of all.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Watcher right away. The situation is...
Please, try to remain calm, miss.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to
Madre
their
mía.
side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
King Deshret! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long...
Miss Zetaria, nothing...
You know my name?
King Deshret is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price.
You must face the truth, Zetaria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become.
A child of King Deshret. Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King
Vale, ya va a
Deshret.
petar. Le va a petar a Perola.
Why haven't you gone home?
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding... I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the Sage's plans. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really...
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of King Deshret?
That's not important.
Madre
The
mía, en esta
important thing
historia de
is to
Sumeru
pass
hay
judgment on the
demasiado
Academia
texto.
and its sages, and to
No
correct
hago
their
más que leer,
mistakes.
me arden ya los
If you
ojos.
could provide some assistance in this matter...
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance, please tell me, what can I do for you?
How much do you know about...
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around this, but I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirement. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city, and even the sages are still quite wary.
To fight against the Academia, we will
Okay.
need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential document?
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. Let me see. Let's use the
academia entrance.
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be a trap. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract.
All right, I trust you.
So,
that'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the god of wisdom, maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our side.
The Traveler's execution was ingenious. She's the one who deserves all the praise. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria's mission to go off with a...
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? God of wisdom?
No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed that.
Creo que lo voy a dejar ya por aquí. Que llevo una hora, pero es que me arde los ojos. Entre lo que me arde los ojos de leer y lo paradita que está la historia. Venga, debería dar un botón rápido. Otro.
1, 2, breathe, 3,
Espera hasta la noche.
4, and
Ay. Únete con Naida. A ver, otra vez Catherine, ¿no? Le ha cogido el gusto a la Catherine.
Catherine, we're here! Oh, you are the...
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's...
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup... If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able... After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world.
Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard. Off? What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night. Of course.
No, I think she's right. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not...
Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract the gods...
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off.
Well, regardless, as long as...
Manda a joder a todos los que viven aquí porque son todos herejes, según ella. Le han muerto a comer la cabeza.
There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards.
Así no encontraba yo el transporte, como que estaba arriba del todo. No, quería cogerlo antes.
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
¿Que eres doctor o algo de eso?
Expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor.
¡La he adivinado!
If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru.
Oh, ahora son verdecitos.
Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
Que por culo me están dando los 11. La única que medio me caía bien ha muerto.
This should be far enough. Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Satar, and that even the sages are wary of him. Yep. Sounds like she must have been Yeah. Now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just... But what are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis?
Pero si se supone que la Gnosis ya la tiene. La tienen los de la academia, entonces la tiene que tener el doctor.
Yeah. Things would be a lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right? You mean...
Tinari.
Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project, even though he turned it down at the time? There's no time to lose. Let's go to...
Joder.
One, two,
Ahí
three.
está. Es una cosa, mira, todavía no lo tengo. Oh, todavía no lo hago.
Two,
Iba a decir, si me toca la llave sigo jugando, si no, no.
four,
Así que al final lo voy a dejar por aquí. No. 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 Vale, venga, ya lo veré. Pues mira el cofre. Bueno, ese cofre me da protegerme.
Rise.
There is no escape. Now you shall perish.
Take them.
Ya, creo que es mucha, ¿eh? Sí. No, bueno, lo veo por aquí. Porque te ponía hasta la cabeza de leer. Lo voy a dejar allí. Lo dejo aquí. Lo voy a dejar aquí al lado. Ay. Ah. Y ya mañana otro día sigo.